Okay, I'm not the type of kid to intentionally get into trouble, or even get into trouble unintentionally. I even like to be careful not to get into trouble. But as you can probably tell by the title, this story is not about a time where I was able to avoid conflict. But hey, it makes for a good story in the end, right? Hello there, all you self-entitled photographers. My name's Blakey Boy, and welcome to my channel, YGSL. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all a story about how an innocent gag led to, honestly, a pretty screwed up story. Also, yay! Today's story doesn't take place in middle school. It all started maybe a few months ago. But why, Blake? If something this crazy happened to you, why would you hold off on telling us? Well, obviously, stories like this shouldn't be told to everybody right away. Time needs to pass before something can be considered pretty funny, or appropriate to tell in front of an audience. Also, I had no idea what to do for a video, and I kinda had this old story saved just in case. This is one of my favorites. It's just the perfect mix between stupidity, cringiness, suspense, and pretty much everything else. Okay, so sometime before Christmas, I was taking this photography class. This was, at the time, my favorite class, and still is my favorite class even though I don't go to it. But it was my favorite class because all it really consisted of was going outside for an hour and taking pictures on your phone that had to be related to whatever topic the teacher tells you. After you took the pictures, you'd post them to some art website, and the teacher would project your image for the class to see the next day, and she'd kind of reflect on the picture and make you talk about it or something. I loved this class for two specific reasons. Number one, being in high school, you don't get breaks or recesses anymore, and I never had a recess that lasted an entire hour. Also, you could go around school campus unsupervised. That included the football field, training field, farm, and pretty much everywhere. Second reason I love this class was because I shared it with a dude named... I don't think he'd really care if I used his real name, but since this story is kind of messed up, we're gonna call this dude Prince Naveen, because it's kind of an inside joke. So me and Prince Naveen like to goof around and crap all the time in this class. We even sometimes unknowingly left the campus and explored these creeks and a bunch of other stuff that I really wish I had vlogged about. One of the things that Prince Naveen and I really liked to do was take pictures that technically followed the topic the teacher set, but the picture had like a funny and surprising twist on it. For example, once, right before Thanksgiving, we had to take a picture of something we were thankful for. This is what we came up with. I was a mother before I aborted it. The other students usually found our photos as funny or weird. The teacher didn't really care too much as long as we were following the topic and staying age appropriate, so everything was fine. Until one day, we were sent outside to take pictures of a pretty challenging topic. Or at least it was challenging for Prince Naveen and I because we had to try to make it funny and unpredictable. We had to take a picture of something close up that was a part of something. So while other kids were taking pictures of wheels on cars or laces on football like mature people, Naveen and I were dumbasses and decided, hey, if I bend my leg tightly, the crease behind my kneecap kind of looks like an ass. To be fair here, I'm the one who suggested it, but the inspiration came from the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. So, Jeff Kenny, I'm suing your ass. So after some quick modeling, light adjustment, and honestly too much prep time for a picture of Naveen's leg, we finally had our comedy gold image. Side note, I never expected to get into trouble by this, nor did I wanna. So when I posted it online for the class to see, I put a caption underneath it clarifying that it was just a leg. We still got ourselves into some shit anyway. The next day comes, and I'm sitting in art class, just minding my own business, when the teacher gets a call from the office, saying that the principal wants to see me. Now, I figured my parents were just here to pick me up, because coincidentally, I had an appointment for something. So I head down to the office, no problem, and then the secretary sends me into the principal's room, which I'm starting to think is kinda weird for just a pickup. It wasn't a pickup. I walk into the office, and my principal is staring at me like I'm the biggest idiot to ever live. Which, you know, I'm not saying he's wrong or anything. And across from him was the photography teacher, holding her giant laptop, frowning, and a giant picture of Naveen's leg crease on the screen. Oh shit, dude. I knew what was going on the minute I saw Naveen's ashy leg. So I took a seat, and the principal started talking to me, saying things along the lines of, "What is this? You do know that if this is what I think it is, you can and will be in a lot of trouble." Even though I was scared shitless, I was able to stutter out the whole story about how it wasn't what they thought it was, and that the caption was true and it really was just Naveen's leg. They didn't believe me though, so the principal had the teacher leave. And he actually called Naveen up so we could hear his side of the story. The worst part of the entire experience was waiting for Naveen to come up and save my ass. For the 3 minutes we were waiting for him, the principal was just staring at me like we were in some sort of interrogation room. He kept repeating pretty much the same things. Be honest with me. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, come on now. It's not uncommon for teens to do this, unfortunately. So I just want you to be honest. It's not a joke. There's nothing funny about this. And then I just kept replying, no sir, I'm not that stupid. I am. It is not what it seems like. I blame Jeff Kenny. He didn't believe me. And it felt like he was just about to start getting really mad, when luckily, our savior, Naveen, steps into the room. The second this dude saw me, his face said it all. Anything but this. So he took a seat, and the principal started saying the same things he told me before. Naveen answered the same things I had, and for a minute, I thought we'd be off the hook. I mean, our stories did match, and we were both being honest. Maybe we can get let off this time? You know, really quick? Nope. The principal wanted to make sure before he let us go. We had to retake the photo with Naveen's phone. I honestly don't know to this day how I didn't burst out laughing the second Naveen lifted up his pant leg with a face of both fear and helplessness. So I took the picture and we showed it to the principal. After looking over it a few times, his expression changed instantly. He then began to say, "Wow, I admire both your creativity. I'm sorry for holding you up. You two are very creative boys." And then he just let us go. And the second we got out into the hall, I'm not even joking, the second the door clicked shut to the office, Naveen and I bursted out laughing. The cool part is, neither the principal or teacher held any type of grudge against us. I thought they would, honestly, but neither really cared. They just figured that boys will be boys. I'm actually really glad that Naveen and I were able to work out this situation with chill and understanding adults. Because God knows that if the teacher and the principal were anything like they were in my other school, we would have gotten our asses handed to us. So, I guess the lesson of today's story is, Jeff Kenny is like Hitler. And I blame him for this entire situation in which I had absolutely no control over. Those were his actions, not mine. But seriously guys, when it comes to comedy, it's best to steer clear from anything that can be taken as pedophilic. I feel like I learned that lesson the hard way. Twice. If the principal actually decided to believe that it was Naveen's ass, then this could have been a story that didn't end so happy. And the title would have been something with child pornography in it. Not good. Yeah, we kinda dodged a bullet there. Well, now that I think of it, that would be good clickbait. See you tomorrow, my sexy people.